Katannya, Alven speaking. Right, you can see that I've got the Ukraine, the final piece, and this is Glen Beck's presentation, The $1 billion question. Now, I wanted to put this in juxtaposition with Leslie Fieger's Delfin World, or the Delfin Knowledge System, or O1. And I did that and a number of seminars as well, 20-odd years ago, and on from that. And I've written here, why, or rather, how is it that there appears to be so much lying, deceit, and blatant criminality amongst those who have held and hold positions of power or authority? There is a saying, if you want to find something out, follow the money. Well, I did research into banking many years ago, and I've carried on with my research in various ways since then. So for some while, I write, there have been many scandals, many examples where it has been blatantly obvious that the increasing number of high-placed people are liars. It's almost that they don't know the meaning of truth, that integrity and consciousness have long fled out of the window. What has caused people to act in this way? It's a question I've asked myself many times, and I'm sure I'm not alone. How long have they been like it? Did they not learn any moral or ethical code while they were young? Any code of decency? It seems not, at least from my perspective. But then maybe I am looking at only half the picture and making an assumption. And that assumption is that that assumption of mine is that the line in the sand for all humans is that they know and desire to do the best for their fellow human beings. And if they err, then it is by mistake. For a number of years now, in fact, many years, I have realized that there are people whose aim is to harm their fellow humans, to knowingly cheat and trick, to take delight in plunder and murder and acts of heinous crimes. But when my awareness came steadily, I realized this with full force. I know I had to, in some way, take action. I knew I had to take responsibility. In other words, have the ability to respond in a way of my capacity, of my choosing. I could no longer stand by and expect those in said power to do something, to clean up the mess, without my lifting a little finger. I think the words to be proactive, son very often uses those words, those proactive is appropriate. When in my life did I have that revelation? It was around about 17 to 18 years ago, when through attending a Delfin 7-day event, Leslie Fieger brought to the attention of the members of the seminar various situations existing in our world, in and around our world, in the many different countries. And that is when I started to ask myself the question, how is it? Who is allowing this? Who is benefiting from these things? For a number of years now, in fact, and somewhat later, I asked the question, what am I going to do about it? How can I do something about it? Well, during my times of studying with Leslie and the Delfin Knowledge System, I realized that the most important thing is to follow your passion. And I've got a number of passions. I absolutely adore classical music, and I love rhythm, and I love dance, I love singing, and I also love integrity and truth and justice and communication. So that's how I came to actually be doing this YouTube channel. And so what I also love to do is to put in juxtaposition the different situations so that we can see clearly the difference. Yesterday, when I was looking at war castles again, haven't looked at that for ages, Russell J. Gould, and here I found this. Well, that looks pretty good. Attitude, daily, positive. So when you raise your attitude, you raise your altitude. However, when I clicked on the button and I look further down, which says, Interview with the Devil, the secret to freedom and success, Napoleon Hill. I'll read just a little of this. Outwitting the Devil.
Here begins the interview with the devil. I have uncovered the secret code by which I can pick up your thoughts. I have come to ask you some very plain questions. I demand that you give me direct and truthful answers. Are you ready for the interview, Mr. Devil?
Yes, I am. But you must address me with more respect. During this interview, you will address me as Your Majesty.
By what right do you demand such royal respect?
You should know I control 98% of the people of your world. Do you not think that entitles me to rate as royalty?
Have you proof of your claim?
Yes, plenty of it.
Of what does your proof consist?
Of many things. If you want answers, you will address me as Your Majesty. Some things you will understand, some you will not. In order that you may get my viewpoint, I shall describe myself and correct the false notions people have of me and my place of abode.
That is a fine idea, Your Majesty. Start by telling me where you live, then describe your physical appearance.
My physical appearance? Why, my dear Mr. Earthbound, I have no physical body. I would be handicapped by such an encumbrance as those in which you earthbound creatures live. I consist of negative energy, and I live in the minds of people who fear me. I also occupy 1/2 of every atom of physical matter and every unit of mental and physical energy. Perhaps you will better understand my nature if I tell you I am the negative portion of the atom.
Oh, I see what you are preparing to claim. You are laying the foundation to say that if it were not for you, there would be no world, no stars, no electrons, no atoms, no human beings, nothing. Is that correct?
True. Absolutely true.
Well, if you only occupy 1/2 of energy and matter, who occupies the other half?
The other half is occupied by my opposition.
Opposition? What do you mean?
The opposition is what you earthbound call God.
So you have the universe divided up with God. Is that your claim?
Not my claim, but the actual fact. Before this interview is finished, you will understand why my claim is true. You will also understand why it has to be true, or there could be no world such as yours, no earthbound creatures such as you. I am no beast with a forked tongue and a spiked tail.
But you do control the minds of 98 out of every 100 people. You said so yourself. Who causes all the misery in this 98% devil-controlled world if you do not?
I have not said that I do not cause all the misery of the world. On the other hand, I boast of it. It is my business to represent the negative side of everything, including the thoughts of you earthbound people. How else could I control people? My opposition controls positive thought. I control negative thought.
How do you gain control of the minds of people?
Oh, that is easy. I merely move in and occupy the unused space of the human brain. I sow the seeds of negative thought in the minds of people so I can occupy and control the space.
You must have many tricks and devices by which you gain and hold control of the human mind.
To be sure, I employ tricks and devices to control human thought. My devices are clever ones, too.
Go ahead and describe your clever tricks, Your Majesty.
One of my cleverest devices for mind control is fear.
I will leave it at there. It actually is 3 hours and 41 minutes long. But it's brilliant because it is so true. How did I overcome my fear? My fear to sing in front of people, my fear to speak up, my fear to learn how to put a YouTube together, many others, through one step at a time. But the greatest help I attracted into my life was, yes, this, Delfin World. Leslie Fieger, who created the Delfin knowledge system, has now just launched his Delfin World, the advanced success education transforming the way the world envisions and creates the future. So from this and this, we really can make a difference by understanding the universal laws. And this is the universal laws we will find in Leslie's course. Let him speak for himself.
Hi there. So, the marketing gurus tell me I have 15 seconds to capture your attention. But how about I treat you like a fully functional adult instead of like some attention deficit, Adderall and Instagram addicted teenager with a 15-second attention span? Take a breath. Someone or something guided you here. Your success and your highest expression of beingness are worth more than 15 seconds of your precious time. And your time is precious. The clock is ticking, and every moment that you are not living the fullest expression of yourself, enjoying a truly successful and fulfilling life, is time you will never recover. The truth is that you cannot discover how to create and live that super successful, fulfilling, and contributory life in 15 or even 1,500 seconds. So what I ask of you is to invest some of your time right now to explore what is here for you to discover. I have helped tens of thousands of people to create more successful and fulfilling lives.
And I've been one of them. And so has my husband and many friends.
You can see some of those testimonials here. If you seriously do want more out of life, invest the time to explore what is here for you. Scroll down, read the rest of this page carefully, and watch the other videos below. Take the time to look at the other pages listed in the menu above and examine all the content that awaits you. On the members only page, you will see video courses that inform, empower, and produce success. Education is what enables you to make intelligent, well-informed decisions, not a few seconds of sales hype. You know this. Your choices determine your results in life.
Your choices determine your results in life. Just as the choices of those people involved in the Ukraine, the billion-dollar question. Choices. Many of those people will end up in jail. Just as people that make choices, the betterment of themselves and the betterment of the world, will receive immense benefit. Like attracts like. I'll let you investigate. God bless. This is Katannya Alven signing out and saying, I hope you join me in this wonderful Delfin experience.